Hello, folks. Welcome to Business Spotlight. I'm joined by an absolutely fantastic guest today, Tim from Coppersmith, who's had an unbelievable career. Actually, a lot of his career is driven by his passion and enthusiasm that he had in a sports environment, and he's transferred that across into his business. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to introduce you to Tim Hutton. Tim, it's great to see you. Thanks for joining.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming on, Tim. Look, you've had an amazing sports career. We'll get into that in a minute, but you've transferred that across into the business, into Coppersmith Recruitment. So before we do any more, why don't you just tell us a little bit about Coppersmith and what you do?
Yeah, of course. So Coppersmith are a blue-collar recruitment agency primarily. We do temp and perm recruitment solutions across the UK. And we've also now expanded into Ireland and soon to be the USA as well.
Unbelievable. What an incredible journey. Tell me, what makes Coppersmith unique?
So one of my pet hates, not just in business, but in life, is when people don't give me their best price up front. When you phone your car insurance company and they say, oh, we can do it at a better price because you threatened to leave, and they knock it down 30, 40%. Our prices are transparent. They're upfront. They're actually on the TV screen behind me, which you may see flicking through. So we charge 10% on our permanent recruitment and 1.432 multipliers on all our temporary agency stuff.
Brilliant. So that's what makes you unique, right? So what's the problem that you solve for your customers? I guess finding talent's not easy right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough environment in recruitment, as I'm sure everyone knows. And I think one of the main things that we deliver is actually the services alongside the recruitment. So one of my clients, for example, they've had someone in post for 4 years. They wanted to re-advertise that post when the person moved on at a certain pay rate. But they've become out of touch with the cost of living crisis, how much things are going up. So we deliver the analytics to help them shape their business, potentially direct them into cost saving measures to improve their business as well, and just grow and expand with them. So our best clients are the ones that, they're not a quick sale. They're very much an ongoing relationship and a partnership.
Yeah. So much more consultative process rather than a wham bam transaction based organization.
Exactly that. Yes.
I love that. So how long has Coppersmith been around?
So it formed officially in 2015, but our lovely managing director, Peter Kovacs, he came over. He was in college here studying law, and he took part in the London 2012 games as a cleaner. By the end of London 2012, he had several cleaners working for him, and then the agency was born in its first guise.
What a great story. I love that. Well, you can't do what you said, right? Do what it says on the bottle. I love that. That's brilliant. So you talked about UK, you talked about Ireland, and we've been talking off camera because you're about to go to the US to set up the US business, right? So what are the plans for the business? Where do you expect to be in 5 years from now?
So we want to keep growing in our UK market. The UK is obviously a market that we have full understanding of. And we've been in the market for a long time. We was asked by one of our clients to expand into Ireland, so we've started a relationship over there in Ireland. And it's always been a personal goal of mine to move to the US. And Coppersmith have got a massive opportunity to go out there and smash it out there as well, we hope.
Amazing. That sounds so exciting. What a brilliant success story. So tell me, let's talk a little bit about you, Tim, because you've had a fantastic backstory as well. So what have been you had an amazing sports career before you came into business, and you're still very actively involved in swimming, right, in your local community. What have been your biggest learnings in business so far?
So I think for me, it's trying to remain authentic throughout. I mean, I come from an area, Bedfordshire. I don't know if you visited, but it's sort of an area of many accents, where you can speak quite colloquially down the pub with a Cockney accent, or you can speak quite corporate and quite posh. And I tried to sort of swap between the two, and actually it didn't come across authentic or genuine stuff. And now I'm truly myself. I speak to all my clients. I consider my clients, friends in some cases as well as clients, and just it gives a more real process for our clients. But that's certainly been a learning curve for me, is knowing how to address people and still maintain who I am as a person.
So being credible and authentic, right? Being true to yourself and not being somebody who you're actually not.
Yes, 100%.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Tell me, look, as I said, you've had an amazing sports career. What inspires you?
So, I mean, I come from an incredibly competitive family. Even at Christmas, believe it or not, we have a thing called a Hutton Cup, where we play snakes and ladders every Christmas. There's tears, there's tantrums, and that's just myself, not my niece. But very competitive families, that always drives you on. In terms of publicly, there's loads of people in the sporting arena that I've looked up to. Clive Woodward, a prime example. He released an amazing book after the Rugby World Cup. Even TV shows. So there was an amazing TV show, Mark, I'm not sure if you saw it. It was Undercover Billionaire.
Yes.
And you have a group of billionaires that get stripped of all their money, stripped of all their assets, and they have to turn £1 million business. I believe it's 100 days. And there was a guy on there, Grant Cardone, love him or hate him. He's a very aggressive businessman. He's got a book called 10X, which I've actually got in the office next to me. And he was just a hero. Like he went in so hard, so competitive, and that drive to win is so important. And all the people, when I think about who my heroes are, they're all really competitive, really driven people.
Love that. Love that. So perseverance, right? And kind of be driven to achieve your goals. That's fantastic. Tell me, you've talked about, I know that you're about to go on a plane to America in the next few days. What's the hot news in your business right now?
So I think the minimum wage increase has obviously caused a massive wave for us. A lot of businesses in February, March started to move up to the new minimum wage early to stand out from the competition. Now, obviously, we've got a level playing field, and those companies that moved earlier sort of thinking, well, do we move again to get a higher quality of candidate? I mean, it really varies across the UK. Some areas of the UK, supply of jobs is massive, but candidate pool is really low. And vice versa. Yeah, I think we're just waiting for the market to settle slightly. Obviously, globally, there's an unsettled economic climate right now. And we're hoping that once that settles and people have a bit more business confidence, they can invest. Certainly at our permanent end of the business, we're not seeing many disruptions at all. People are making, calculated perm recruitment solutions and have been consistently for the last 3 years, certainly with myself. So that hasn't changed.
Brilliant. I love that, Tim. You've been a great guest. Thank you so much for coming on. How can folks get in contact with you?
So you can get in contact via our website or email me directly on tim.hutton@coppersmith.co.uk.
Brilliant, Tim. Absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been great to see you, and good luck with the trip to the US.
Thank you so much. Speak soon.
You're welcome. Thanks, Tim. Folks, if you'd like to come on to Business Spotlight and be a guest and spotlight your business just like Tim has, then we'd love to see you. Just hit apply in the comments below and we'll get in contact, do a pre-interview with you and fix you up to get you on. Until then, we'll speak to you soon. Thanks for joining. Bye now.